1 2 in the place to be. I said 1 2 in the place to be. Yep, it's me again. I'm crazy. It's your boy Heaven Hollywood. Welcome to the Heaven Hollywood Experience. I am your kind and gracious and very handsome host, Heaven Hollywood. Shout out to my mods out there. Let's hold on. Let me get it going here. What's up? What's up, Shabizz? Make sure you put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me. Hold on now. One in the chat if y'all can hear me, please. Mm-hmm. One in the chat if y'all can hear me. Okay. So we're gonna get going here in a minute now. I don't know why this is on here, but not supposed to be. Mm-mm-mm-mm. One in the chat if y'all can hear me. If y'all can hear me clearly, clearly, clearly. What's up, me and more? Okay. 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 Go on here so I can share my screen. How's everybody doing today? It is Thursday. You're almost through the week, right? Y'all are almost through the week, man. You almost did it. So let's see here. I'm gonna go on to my YouTube channel and check everything out from there. Okay. So we got, as this is our show, we're gonna touch on some topics. Jay-Z denied the casino. Cardi B's album drops today, right on the tail end of her admitting yesterday that she was pregnant. And I'm going to tell you my opinion on that. Make sure y'all hit the like button as soon as you come through the door, please. I'll start off with Cardi B's pregnancy announcement. No, you know what? I'm gonna start because this is gonna be fast because I don't really cover this man, but Hollywood seems to be, very upset that the president and the communications bureau, ABC, they're upset at ABC Disney for taking Jimmy Kimmel off the air for indefinitely due to his comments about Charlie Kirk. Now, I'm not really sure what Jimmy Kimmel said about Charlie Kirk, but what I do know is this. They are acting like this dude was Martin Luther King. He's getting more respect than anybody I can remember. You can't talk about him. This guy wasn't even like on the internet. He wasn't even a politician. So he's like a glorified Tommy Lauren to me. So why is everybody treating this person like he is Martin Luther King? I don't get it. And they're talking about going to war. Oh, over this guy. This would be like us going to war over Dr. Umar. That's really what it is. Dr. Umar's not in politics. Neither was this guy. This guy is just a speaker that rides out for MAGA. Well, at least he was. And he's not in the politics. He's not in the politics. If y'all can still hear me, I need everybody that's in here right now to put a one in the chat. Everybody, not just one or two people. I gotta make sure that, because remember last time y'all said y'all could hear me, and then all of a sudden you said you couldn't hear me no more, you couldn't see me no more, or nothing. So let me remove this banner. The first thing. Hold on. Okay. So you shouldn't be able to see that anymore. Smash the like button coming through the door. What's up, apples? Smash the like button coming through the door. So, again, I don't know what the big deal is over this dude. This dude was just a lot of people are trying to come out and say, oh, no, well, he wasn't. He wasn't racist. He wasn't racist. I'm not really uh, willing to get into that. You can say if you don't believe he was racist, hell, don't believe he was racist. I'm not here to convince people. I'm not going to get into a debate. People was trying to get into a debate with me on on my Facebook, and oh, come on, I'm ready to debate you. Well, I'm not ready to debate you. And a friend of mine that I've been knowing for a very long time, she got upset because I told her, well, if you want to debate me, come to my show. You don't want to spend time and come to my show, and you've been knowing me over 10 years, but you want to debate me for free in the comments, and I'm not willing to go back and forth with you, right? So they got upset saying, "Oh, so you tell me I have to pay you to talk to you? No, you just got to pay me to debate me. You don't have to pay to talk to me. You can talk to me whenever you want." Trump told Disney to cancel Jimmy Kimmel, so Disney bent the knee and canceled Kimmel. Maybe it's time for the Democrats and liberals to cancel Disney. Let's see. Let's see here. Let me share my screen. Everybody can hear me? I said I need everybody to put a one in the chat, and I see apples as the only person, right? I have one person on Twitch. Everybody else is on the IE Network, YouTube. So I know my moderator can hear me. Moderator Darius is in the building. Shout out to him. I thank you for all that you do, my brother. Thank you for all that you do. God willing, I should have a cash app for you come Christmas time for holding me down. Um, I need to add some more moderators, so I'll probably do that. That's the problem. They won't cancel Disney, and that's where the participant. Absolutely. I'm a Leo like your daughter. Stephen Colbert highlights Trump's CBS fires him. Matthew Dow calls out Charlie Kirk's divisiveness and NSBC fires him. Jimmy Kimmel jokes about Charlie Kirk's killer and ABC fires him. Brian Kilmeade says the homeless should be killed and Fox does nothing. Good point. Good point. Wow. Remember that dude said the homeless should be killed? Remember that? Nothing happened to him. But Jimmy Kimmel says something. Now, a lot of the Hollywood stars, they're coming out. And they, Will Smith said something, right? Here's people tweeting, retweet to demand Disney CEO Bob Iger. Now, Bob Iger, if I'm not mistaken, that's Miley Cyrus's godfather. And Miley Cyrus gets down with the LGBT. Obama made a statement. After years of complaining about cancel culture, the current administration has taken it to a new and dangerous level by routinely threatening regulatory action against media companies unless they muzzle or fire reporters and commentators it doesn't like. Freedom of speech is very selective, Diana. Right? This is Perry Sook of Nexstar Media Group. He's responsible for canceling Jimmy Kimmel. So they're doxing these people. And you know what this is. Now, here's the thing. This is what Jimmy Kimmel got in trouble for. He got in trouble for reposting what the killer's grandma said. Jimmy Kimmel Live has been pulled indefinitely because Kimmel stated facts. Shooter Tyler Robinson is a Trump supporter, just like the rest of his family. And his grandmother confirmed it. And the Republican Party did immediately start blaming leftists before they had any information about the killer's motive. Others have been fired for stating facts that Kirk priests hate. So, again, the grandmother of the killer stated that his whole entire family was MAGA. Wow. Now, Donald Trump has called for the firing of Jimmy Fallon in the wake of canceling Jimmy Kimmel. Now, all of this stuff is leading up to what? A dictatorship. And who told y'all, other than me, what politician that was going for the presidency this past election, which presidential candidate told y'all that he knew about Project 2025 and exactly what it entailed? And it really entailed for the U.S. to become under a dictatorship. The same way how he worships North Korea, he worshipped Castro, he worshipped Putin. He wants the U.S. to be like that. He wants people to respond to him and respect him the way they do Putin, North Korea, and Fidel Castro. Now, Kamala Harris told everybody that this was going to happen, and y'all called her a fearmonger. Y'all said, "Oh, she's not even all the way black. How many percentage black is she?" Y'all was too worried about what percentage black Kamala Harris was when she was telling y'all what this fool was going to do. Just like I've been telling y'all. That's the reason why I moved out of the United States. I saw it early. I love the United States. I'm American, born and raised. And if I say I'm leaving the United States, y'all should have knew that must have had a damn good reason. Because I saw this coming. I saw this coming. But no, everybody said, "Oh, Kamala's just trying to put fear. She's being a fear monger." All of this stuff leads up to dictatorship. All of this stuff that Trump is doing, he's trying to lead us into lead you guys. I don't live in the U.S. anymore. He's trying to lead you guys into a dictatorship, and that's a part of Project 2025. So also, he's going around with Trump 2028 hats. Well, 2028, you're supposed to be out of there. What is that letting you know? That he's going to try to change the Constitution and run another term. So that's why he's getting everybody that's going to listen to him underneath his wing right now. So when it comes down to he's not supposed to run in 2028, he's supposed to be finished, they're going to say, well, we believe that he should be able to run a second term because he got ousted after his first term. So we think that rule is stupid and he should be able to run a second term. And if he gets enough people behind him and he becomes a dictator, everybody's going to say, yeah, we go along with what Trump says. And next thing you know, you're going to have the Constitution rewritten. Or, like I said, when it comes down to election time, he's gonna bold himself inside the White House and have all his MAGA people guarding him outside the White House. Same way like how they did the Capitol building. The police has already proven that they're not going to shoot any MAGAs. So when they come and say Trump has to be removed out of the White House, and he's got his whole entire MAGA mob, what they going to do? They're not going to shoot him. They already proved it. They didn't shoot him for Capitol building. And then they're going to say, we don't know what to do. We've never had a president with that lacked integrity. Dummy, this man is telling you he's not a regular president. He's not a regular human being. He does not respect rules. He does not respect guidelines. He does not respect the American people. He only respects himself. And he's going to show people that nobody's going to tell him what to do. Watch what I tell you. If he doesn't change the Constitution, right? If he's not able to change the Constitution, remember that comment he made? Just do it one more time, and I promise you'll never have to vote again. Because it's gonna be great. It's gonna be right. It's gonna be fixed. He said it's gonna be fixed. You'll just vote this one time. You won't have to vote again. What do you think he meant by that? My mic has a muffled sound. I don't know why it keeps doing this. I'm gonna come up back again. My mic still has a muffled sound. Hold on. Hold on, guys. I don't know why it's doing this. The last couple of days it's been doing this. Hold on. Crazy. Is it still muffled? Y'all let me know. Don't get it. Okay. Let me know now. It shouldn't be muffled now. Like, it should not be muffled at all. What is this? Okay. What about now? What about now, y'all? What about now? It should not be messed up now. One, two. Yeah, this happened to me the other day too. I don't understand what the problem is. Hold on. I'm gonna change my shit. Yeah, man, because as soon as I start talking, all of a sudden it muffles. When I was talking about other things, it wasn't muffled. Get it? My phone. Wait 1 second. No reason that this thing. So you can't even hear me now. Okay. Like, I don't get it. Okay. Now I see my thing going up. Y'all cannot tell me you don't hear me now. Because I see my microphone exploding. Now, y'all Negroes better not tell me you can't hear me. Okay. It seems like every time I try to share the screen, this happens. So let's move on with what we were saying so we can get through this show. You're still waiting. Can you hear me, Mia Moore? I'm not on screen. You just should be able to see my avatar. Everybody should be able to see my avatar right now. I'm not even going to try to go on screen yet. All right? So, okay. Let's jump into Cardi B real quick. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Page 6 dropped an article that said Stephon Diggs hit the like button as you come through the door, please. Hold on. Miss Field, I'm gonna try to give you that I'm gonna try to make you the a mod. Hold on. But don't have an itchy trigger finger. Hey, hold on. Okay, so now Miss Fields is the mod. Can y'all hear me? Put a one in the chat if y'all can hear me, man. Put a one in the chat if y'all can hear me. One, two, one, two. Okay. Yes, please hit the like button. Push this chat through the algorithm. Now, Cardi B, it says that her boyfriend, what's up, Susan Nicholson? They said that her boyfriend, Stephon Diggs, is facing paternity suit over 5 month old baby. Child. Mm, mm. Put my thing on so I can't share. Stephon Diggs, page 6. So now it's starting to come out, which we had already heard. We had already heard this, but now it's starting to come out that Stephon Diggs got other kids on the way. Yeah, I saw Offset. He said something about having a kid by somebody and your marriage ain't even fully over, and you already having a kid by somebody. You're in timeout, and he shouldn't have added that part because it seems like you can't put her in timeout. Y'all ain't together no more. So he shouldn't have even added that because it seems like, right? It seems like oh, you're in timeout. You can't put her in timeout no more, my nigga. You're not hitting that no more. So I'm like, he shouldn't even added that part because he still seems like he's bothered. Oh, you're in timeout. What? She's probably like, nigga, you can't put me in timeout no more. I'm not riding on that peen no more. So I wish he didn't even add that part because it still seems like he's joking around. That wasn't a real tweet. We can't let these fake. Okay, okay. So if Sade says that wasn't a real tweet, then we're gonna go with that. We're gonna go with that. See, the thing is, Sade, it's hard nowadays because people use AI the wrong damn way, and you don't know what the hell is a real tweet anymore. You don't know what's fake because people are sitting here and they're making viral tweets and they're going viral and it's just not even real. But it's hard to tell what's real and what ain't. This is why I wish social media would just go away. I wish that there wouldn't be a lot. I like how it was before. I like how it was before because it's hard to tell because people got apps now where they can make. Before you used to be able to tell whether a tweet was fake or not. Now you can't tell. Right. But thank you for that information, Sade. And you're right. If it is fake, I don't want to give it any attention. Not on my channel at least. So there's something right here. I'll put myself on the screen. Y'all let me know if y'all can see me. I'm getting ready to turn on this camera. Okay. Now you can see me and hear me. If you can see me and hear me, put a one in the chat. Hey. Put a one in the chat. Hey. Okay, cool. Cardi B, right? Boyfriend Stephon Diggs facing paternity suit for over 5 month old baby. Pregnant Cardi B's boyfriend Stephon Diggs is facing a paternity suit from a woman claiming the NFL star is the father of the infant daughter. According to the court documents obtained by page 6, Eileen Lupera, known as Lord Giselle, on social media, filed a petition in December 2024 to determine parental relationship in the Superior Court of California, Los Angeles. Lapira, who was pregnant at the time of her filing, listed the New England Patriots star as the parent of her then unborn child. And here is a look at the girl. I know who Lord Giselle is. Please tell me she's gonna do 300K. I can tell you that. Gigi, I can tell you whatever you want to hear, baby. I tell you whatever you want to hear, girl. What you want me to tell you? That you the baddest chick in the world? That Cardi B is gonna do for whatever you want me to tell you. What you want me to whisper in your ear, Gigi? I could tell you whatever you want me to. That don't mean it's gonna be true. So if you want me to tell you she gonna do 300K, Gigi, she gonna do 300K, baby. How can my screen be black? I'm looking right at my camera. How can my screen how can my screen be black? I don't understand. I'm looking right at my camera in my picture. Y'all don't see my camera? Yo, this shit is crazy, yo. This shit is crazy. I'm just gonna stop logging on. Wow, this is crazy. I'm looking right at my camera, yo. I'm looking right at my camera. No, no, no. I'm not saying you. Listen, I'm not saying you lying, but how is this possible? And I can see my face. That's all I'm saying. I just want her. I'll do. My avatar is up now. That's wild. That's wild. When I'm looking right at my face, that's wild. Okay. I mean, I believe y'all. But look, my avatar is up. My avatar is up. But this is crazy. I'm gonna have to stop logging in from different um devices unless I'm on three different emails. That's probably what the problem is. My camera is getting locked in to another place, if you know what I mean. Right? So now the avatar ain't even up. I'm gonna go back to this, man, because this is nuts. I'm gonna go back to the avatar. Maybe they want to show my. Maybe they don't want to see my face. Because whenever I do it without showing my face, no problem. All right. Check, 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 check. Y'all can still hear me though, right? Or y'all can't even hear me. Because I don't even see my mic thing moving anymore. You can still hear me, but I don't see my mic moving. You know what I mean? That's crazy because saw my mic thing moving on the phone, and they want Cardi B to lose so bad. If she does over 300K, then it's payola. But if she does less, she's a flaw. Okay, now again, and Antonio, right? I'm gonna tell you like this, Antonio. I don't think she's a flop at all. Y'all put a one in the chat if y'all can still hear me, because it looks like my mic isn't even on anymore. Okay, all right. Don't wait. All right, don't worry. Don't worry about my Okay, don't worry about my screen. I'll fix that. So here's what I feel about 300K. Right? I don't even consider in today's current climate, if Cardi B does 200K, that's not a flop. If Cardi B does 185K and the current and with the new rules, with the filtering and Tony, she's doing 300K. Gigi, trust me, I want her to do 300K, but I just can't see her this time around. If she does 300K, you're telling me that she's going to do more than invasion of privacy. So you're talking like what did Sabrina Carpenter do? So you're saying she's going to do more than Ariana Grande. She's going to do more than Sabrina Carpenter. Gigi, listen, I want her to do 300K. I really do. But if she's gonna do 300K, that means it's gonna be better than she's gonna do more than what she's done in invasion of privacy. I just can't see that because number one, 7 years ago the rules were a whole lot different. It was way easier to get streams 7 years ago. Now they're watching everything because of the botting situation. They're filtering stuff. They made it way different. Remember 7 years ago, iTunes was very prominent. So I can't see it. I can't see it. Like who does 300K now except for Beyonce, Taylor Swift? You know what I'm saying? Let's just be honest. Nicki Minaj has a bigger fan base than Cardi B, right? And coming off of Nicki Minaj having that 4 year layoff, or 5 year layoff, or whatever, after Queen, and then she did the PF2 and with a tour. Now some people want to say it was 328, some people want to say it was 228. It got put in the books at 228. And like I said, her fan base is bigger than Cardi B's fan base. Now the first time around was a little different because y'all remember Nicki was in the middle of a hate train and Cardi B was fresh and new. And people wanted to see somebody else to root for. She was from New York like Nicki. She's light skinned like Nicki, right? Right. So, but Antonio, the people who are saying that aren't Cardi fans, right? And the people who are saying that, they're still saying they're still saying she doesn't go number one because she made them mad when she said five number ones. You got five number nuns. So Cardi B still has the most number ones, but when it goes to 10 and then it dips out of the top 10 the next week, her records weren't doing that before. Nobody's was. But that's why I said it's a different time now than it was 7 years ago, right? Let me tell you something. I'm going to be honest with you. To me, Queen was her best album since Pink Friday. To me, I thought it was better than the Pink Print. The quality of the raps and the song to me was better than Pink Print. But because she was in the hate train at that time and Cardi B was out and people were really starting to root for Nicki to lose, is the only reason why it did 185. But I like that album. I play that album back and forth. To this day, I play Queen back and forth. I didn't really like PF2 like that. I didn't like PF2 like that. I like Pink Print. I like Roman Reloaded. To me, Roman Reloaded was better than Pink Friday too. I mean Pink Friday. But I like Roman Reloaded. I like the Pink Print, but I loved Queen. I thought to me it's her best album since her first album. But that's just my opinion. So, but yes, and most definitely, she was rapping on Queen. I was like, this album is dope. And yeah, Armand, let me tell you something, Antonio. I told Cardi B in her DM over 2 years ago, and anybody that follows me will know. When I made that video about Armand Wiggins, I told Cardi B over 2 years ago, you should unfollow this dude because he is a flip flopper. And the moment you don't seem to be giving him attention or what have you happens, he's going to flip flop on you. But she didn't listen to me. She listened to me. She's giving all this up. Oh, I'm only want to talk to a man. This, that, and the other. So now look at him. Now look at him. And now she finally unfollows him. But it's too late, baby. Bye bye. He's out there running your name through the dirt. And he has a pretty big platform. So a lot of people who don't like Cardi B like to go to his platform and listen to him trash her. I mean, but you could be BFF with bloggers. I mean, Nicki Minaj has her bloggers too. You could be BFF with bloggers, but you have to, you got to realize when bloggers are not for you, right? You have to realize that. And you have to understand that if you do something that is not really, you know, see, Nicki Minaj has bloggers who don't criticize her, right? Nicki Minaj has bloggers that don't criticize her. She's got like Ashley Tragedy and Milagro and the other girl, and then she got the blog. Those are the YouTubers. Then she got the bloggers, got that scoop. Black Tea blog if she's still around. She got bloggers who won't. August with the tea or whatever with the shade, whatever hell name. So she's got people who aren't going to criticize her, right? I think Cardi B was looking for the same thing, and she does have one person like that. What's his name? Ken Barbie. He never criticizes Cardi B. She can't trust Jason Lee. I don't understand why she thought she could. Can't trust Jason Lee. Yeah, the one pouring baby oil on the Miss Field. Yeah, but Armand Wiggins, let me tell you something. He does still criticize Nick. That I will give him. He does still criticize Nicki Minaj. Like if he says, "Oh, you haven't really had that moment since," he said last time, "Give me the Nicki record that just went crazy, and don't tell me FTCU." And I felt the same thing about PF too. But let me just stay on Cardi B real quick. I'm gonna give my final prediction. So I've been following and waiting for this album, for 7 years. Over the last 3 years, when I thought it was going to drop in 2022, I was saying, oh, she's going to do 230. Now, I was saying, look, mind you, she did 255 of Invasion of Privacy. I said if she dropped her album in 2021, right after Up, I said uh she would pass Invasion of Privacy. She did not do that. If she would have dropped her second album when she was red hot, right after them two number ones, she would have did 300, 350. But time has passed, rules has changed, people have lost fans from their fan base. One or too many lies with her going off on fans. One or too many, I'll burn this book. So too many of those things has happened since her last album. So what happens is too many uh online rants. So people who were seeing her as a breath of fresh air, some people now like, wait a minute. So too many lawsuits, court dates. Yeah, her diehard fans are gonna still be with her. But then you gotta remember, there's diehard fans and then there's casual fans. The casual fan is somebody who, oh, you know what? She's down to earth. She's funny. She seems more humble than the other girls. I'm a buy her album, right? That's the casual fan. But then as soon as you're not acting like that, or as soon as you're coming off as spoiled, rude, right? They're gonna be like, well, this time around, I'm not gonna give her my money, right? This time around, I'm not gonna give her my money. I did last time because she seemed very humble, very down to earth. Now she's telling people, "Oh, just die of house in Virginia," and she's telling girls that spent weeks making books for her, she don't care. She'll burn this damn book. Like, so it's little things like that. That me personally, people that I knew that liked Cardi B 7 years ago, this time around they're saying, you know what? She took way too long, right? She took way too long, and in between times, her attitude was nasty. Now, this is, I'm judging by, I'm not saying me, but I spoke to a lot of people who were rooting for Cardi the first time around. This time around, they're like, nah, I'll spend my money elsewhere because, she don't respect her fans, or she goes off on her fans. And then one time she was talking about offing herself. And so a lot of people got turned off by that. So, and you can tell the algorithms changed, the way music is being consumed changed, and people, even with Nicki Minaj, she used to go live. Cardi B used to go live. There'd be 100,000 in there. Nicki was going live. Nicki's lies dropped so much she started trying to blame Rock Nation, like she always does. Oh, my followers aren't getting notifications. Oh, yes, they are. Yes, they are. It's just that things have changed now. Things have changed now. The algorithm has changed. You can no longer, they don't allow you to log on 6 and 7 different devices. So when Cardi B is going live and hasn't put an album out in 5 years, and you look at her live and you see 14,000, 15,000, and you're like, damn, because Sean had a live, she had 20,000 people in there. Cardi B got a live and she got 14,000. Nicki did one, she had 7,000. Like, damn. Armand got more than that. Yes, Nicki's rude, but her fan base is bigger. And the thing is, her fan base likes when she's rude. I don't get it. Her fan base likes when she's rude, and they don't call her out on it. So that's why, her fan base, she has a bigger fan base, she has a more loyal fan base. Cardi B is just came out in 2017, right? So when you're out in 2017 and you only got one album of equity, you really can't afford. It's like Doja Cat. You see how quickly Doja Cat turned off so many people, right? Doja Cat dropped this album, she won't do 100K. I bet you she won't. I bet you she won't. Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, both of them. They need to listen to somebody like me because I'm going to give them the real. I love Cardi B, but I don't kiss Cardi B's ass. If something is trash, see, the Nicki fans won't tell her it's trash. If something is trash and I'm speaking to Nicki or Cardi, I'm going to be like, yo, that was garbage. I'm going to be honest with you. That was trash. The same thing I said to her when she came out with a song with Offset. And we spoke in DM and I said, I'll be honest with you. That verse that you dropped, I wasn't feeling that verse like that. And she didn't like that. But I said years ago, enough with the Ashford and Simpson of rap. I didn't need any more songs with her and Offset. And that's what I meant. I had enough, right? I was like, I don't want to hear you and Offset no more. Nicki Minaj, my whole thing with Nicki Minaj was, look, can y'all still hear me? Put a one in the chat if y'all can still hear me. Put a one in the chat. Okay, thank you, Darius. So my thing with Nicki Minaj, like, I don't really have my criticizing of Cardi B mostly came with her attitude towards her fans and her joints with Offset. Nicki Minaj, the only thing I really criticize Nicki Minaj for is the antics. Because Nicki Minaj is known universally as a queen of rap, right? I want Nicki Minaj to carry herself like Beyonce online. I want Nicki Minaj, see how Rihanna changed? Rihanna used to be rowdy and ratchet online. You see how she is now? She don't act the same way. So that's how I want as Nicki Minaj gets older, because people may try to act like it don't bother them, but I will guarantee you, because I heard from someone else, I will guarantee you, she can act like it doesn't bother her all she wants. But the fact that her peers don't respect her, that bothers Nicki Minaj. Because Nicki Minaj at heart is a hip hop head. That she is. At heart, she is a hip hop head. And she sees. So that's why I said it's a little bit of jealousy, with Jay-Z, right? Because she sees that everybody, oh, you don't think he does no wrong. Like, everybody don't think he does no wrong. And she sees that Jay-Z's peers and all respect him. And Nicki's peers, when you think about everybody who we call the queen or king of something, right? Michael Jackson is known as the king of pop. When you ask somebody who's the king of pop, everybody says Michael Jackson. When you ask people who's the queen of pop, everybody says Madonna. When you ask people who's the queen of R&B hip hop, everybody says Mary J. Blige. If you ask people who's the voice, everybody says Whitney Houston. When you ask people who's the king of rap, right? Now you're gonna get a difference because nobody's really calls themselves the king of rap. When you ask people who's the queen of rap, you notice that you always going to get a different answer, and there shouldn't be. That answer should be wholeheartedly with no problem, Nicki Minaj, but it's not. You want to know why it's not? Because there are a lot of people who just can't bring themselves to saying she's the queen of rap. It's either going to be because she has no respect for people who come before her. She has an attitude. Nobody likes her. She's tough to work with. So that answer to me, if you ask me who the queen of rap is, I'm going to say Nicki Minaj. But everybody don't say that, and that's a problem because they say it for everybody else. If you ask them who the king of pop is, you're not going to hear nobody say nothing else. Right. If you say who's the king of rap, some people gonna say Nas, some people gonna say Jay, some people gonna say Pac, some people gonna say Biggie, some people gonna say Eminem. Right? You're gonna get different. Some people gonna say Kendrick, some people gonna say Drake. Right? But nobody has been crowned the king of hip hop. Like Nicki Minaj is, if you type in Google who's the queen of rap, Google's gonna probably come back with Nicki Minaj. But you got Queen Latifah, right? She don't get along with Nicki Minaj. You got Missy Elliott. She don't get along with Nicki Minaj. You got Lil Kim. She don't get along with Nicki Minaj. Lauryn Hill. She don't get along with Nicki Minaj. So after a while, you start saying to yourself, wait a minute. You look at Beyonce, right? Who's all the divas or the goats that came before Beyonce? Diana Ross. Diana Ross loves Beyonce. Before Tina Turner passed, Tina Turner loves Beyonce. Patti LaBelle. Patti LaBelle loves Beyonce. Stephanie Mills. Stephanie Mills loves Beyonce. Donna Summer. God bless the dead. Donna Summer loved Beyonce. What's up, Miss Shaw? Where you been? Where have you been? I haven't seen you in months. And you ain't checked on me neither. So then Michael Jackson loved Beyonce. Prince loved Beyonce. Yeah, I know it. I know. I knew it would. And but her peers, I mean, they know that she's great. They know she's a great rapper. But if they don't want to bring themselves to saying she's a queen, so they'll just say, "I think it's Kim. I think it's Kim." Because while Kim went at people in the industry, most of the girls fucked with Kim. Most of the girls fucked with Kim. Now she did go at Eve at one point. She did go at Foxy. She went at Remy. But like the Missies, the Queen Latifahs, the MC Lights, they all loved Kim. And Nikki, and the day that I saw that, and everybody can always say, "Oh, it don't matter, it don't matter." It absolutely matters, and trust me, it matters to Nicki Minaj too. When she got that Icon Award, only Missy Elliott congratulated her out of all her peers. I'm not talking about Taylor Swift; she was at the show. But out of all her rap peers, only Missy Elliott congratulated her. And what happened to Missy when she congratulated her? Nicki threw shade at her. So Missy's probably like, this will be the last time I ever give you a congratulations. I congratulated you and you had something slick to say. You still mad at Sheeta because I said, oh, Remy tore her up in Sheeta. I didn't say, they didn't say you were trash. They didn't say Nicki Minaj. They just said Sheeta was a killer. That's like people that say Nas killed Jay and with Ether. That don't mean Jay's trash. That just means Ether was better than Takeover. So when they said about Sheeta, just because Remy got Nicki and Sheeta, that don't mean that they thought Nicki was trash. They were actually saying, I want to see what she come back with. This is good for hip hop. Now she came back with some garbage that the Bobs will never admit was trash. And there they go again. I was arguing with somebody. They want to tell me that No Frauds was better than Cheetah. Yeah, okay. But that's the thing about Nicki Minaj fans. They're never gonna think. They think that every record she puts out is a smash. They don't think she ever put out any garbage, right? They think all her records are smashes, and that's just not reality. It's not reality. So, and finally, Jay Z. Also, my prediction with Cardi B after this rollout is 185K. I think she's going to do the same number Nicki did on Queen. This is my final prediction. I had said 155. Final prediction. Am I the drama? So I believe after this recent rollout, I believe Cardi B will do 185K. Now, very important. Very important. I don't think she should have announced this pregnancy before this album dropped. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. And Cardi B fans can disagree with me. If Cardi hears this, she'll probably disagree with me. Did Nas really y'all still hear me? Can y'all still hear me? Yes or no? Can y'all still hear me? Yes or no? Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Two. What about now? Is it better? Is it back now? Or am I still underwater? How about now? Because I told this girl not to call me. Oh my God. Hold on. Can you hear me yet? Is it back yet? Or am I still underwater? One, two, one, two. Okay. 1, 2. Can y'all hear me? All right. I'm from Tampa, Florida. All right. Had to come on here and add some new shit. Ridiculous. I'm from Tampa, Florida. Cardi B need to add Tampa, Miami, Jacksonville, and Orlando to her tour dates. They are major cities in Florida. She only has Sunrise, Florida. Yeah, you're right about that. I don't understand. She needs to be adding the major cities to her tour. Like, why are you adding in these old child? I don't know why she adding these cities, these old corny ass cities in here. I know. Shouldn't be 2 avatars now. One should be gone because I signed off on the other one. So that's my final prediction. 185. Now we're gonna go on to Jay-Z and the rejection real quick of the casino. Make sure y'all go check her out when she come to your city. So everybody was happy that Jay-Z got rejected. I'm not gonna say everybody. Let's say the Bobs, the Tory Lane fans. They think that, you know, I see the Bobs saying, mess with Nicki, it'll cost you. Let me ask you a question. When did he actually mess with Nicki? Go against Nicki and it'll cost you. When did he go against Nicki? I don't remember Jay-Z saying not one thing about Nicki Minaj. I don't think that he even answered her. So what I would like to know is, how did he go against Nick? Go against the queen and it'll cost you. What do you mean go against the queen? He hasn't said one thing. He hasn't responded. He hasn't said one thing to Nicki Minaj. Not one thing. So they just want somebody. They want Jay-Z to take a L so bad. So what they'll do is they'll say, "Oh, you know, cry about it. Oh, this is his karma that he didn't get a casino." It's not like he put up a bunch of money and lost the money, or it's not like he is, you know, went bankrupt or something like that. That then you could say, "Oh, karma. They didn't give him a casino. Okay, he's just going to try and invest his money in something else." But the whole getting happy that Jay-Z didn't get his casino, it's like this new generation, man. And what happens is, even people that used to like Jay-Z, they're involved in the toxic environment online, and then they start following a younger generation. The older generation then starts hating on Jay-Z, where it's like, you're from his generation. How are you hating on somebody from your generation when you didn't hate on him 10 years ago? But I told y'all, and black people hate when I say it. Black people are the biggest followers. They're the biggest conspiracy theorists, and they want to be accepted any way, shape, or form by white America. They do. And they can tell me all they want, how they don't want to be. Well, Nas is going for one, but watch Nas get his. Watch, and they're all going to say, "Oh, yeah, because Nas is better than Jay-Z." No, Nas got his because Nas didn't sell his soul, which is bull dinky as well. But Nas was trying. See, Jay was trying to get one in Broadway. Nas is trying to get one in Queens. So Nas might get it. On top of that, Nas is not going to cost nowhere near the same amount of money as Jay was going to cost. So Nas is trying to get one in Queens.
which is probably why Nas might probably succeed. Right? Now, Nicki can rap now. That you're not gonna get me to say that. Nicki can rap. She can do both. Nicki can do both. She could be a pop rapper, and she could be. I've heard her go hard. She could be a hard rapper. She could be an animated rapper. She could be a hard rapper. Like I've heard Nicki go hard, like on records with dudes, right? Like the Pop Smoke record, the Pop Smoke remix. So she can rap hard, right? But she's also a very good pop rapper. Nicki Minaj is very versatile. So it's not like Doja Cat with Doja, but the Doja Cat record with with what's his name? What's the crazy boy from Florida? Now her record with him, she went stupid hard. I didn't even know that was her. That record that with Kodak Black. Now Doja Cat was rapping on that record. She didn't even sound like Doja Cat. I was like, oh shit. But Nicki can rap. Now, is she lyrically better? I Rod Digger. I haven't really heard Rod Digger recently. That's the thing. See, the thing that Nicki Minaj has, and the thing that Drake has, and Jay-Z has, is that the things that and not so much even Wayne, the things that Jay-Z, Drake, and Nicki Minaj have is that 10 years can pass and they're still barring with the new people. Like Rakim's my favorite rapper, but Rakim's style is dated. Right? He still sounds like an 80s rapper, 90s rapper. Right? So, but Nicki Minaj came out in the early 2000s, and then she went through the 2010s, and then music changed again, and then she went through the 2015 16s, and music changed again. Now she's in the 2020s, and music changed again, and she's still here. You know, Rod Digger, like Lauryn Hill, like when music changed, Rod Digger and them didn't change with the music. That's why they're not really relevant. I'm not gonna say relevant. She'll always be relevant, but they're not active. They're not active. That's the right word. I don't ever want to say Rod Digger isn't relevant because she is a staple in hip hop. She is I don't know if she's she's not a legend, but she's an OG, right? And the only one lyrically that, you know, there's only a couple of people that I lyrically put over Nicki Minaj that are women. And Rod Digger ain't one of them. That's just my opinion. Lauryn Hill, Young M.A., maybe Rhapsody. But that's probably it. Like out of the women, like I haven't really listened to Jean Grey. Like I don't know about Jean Grey and whatever, but as far as just straight lyrics and bars, that's probably it. You know, Remy had got some bars too. Lady Luck got some bars. Lady Luck can rap. Lady Luck can rap. Lady London can rap. Right? I'm only putting about maybe in the history of rap, I'm only putting maybe 5 people who's lyrically better than Nicki Minaj. But none of them, maybe except for Lauryn Hill. Well, Lauryn Hill didn't have the longevity. None of them girls that I just named is the artist that Nicki Minaj is. So that's where she kind of offsets everybody. It's because Nicki, she may not be the greatest lyricist ever for women, but then you have to tack in her impact, and she is good lyrical. It's not like she's trash lyrically. Her impact, her hits, gotta put in sales, even though people don't like it. Her versatility, her flow, her durability. She's been doing this for 15 years and still selling. So when you start talking about hip hop artists, that to me is what keeps Nicki number one. It's kind of like Jay. She's kind of like the female Jay. Other than Jay's impact outside of hip hop, was Jay the greatest lyricist? No, but he was damn good. He was damn good. That's like Nicki Minaj. Is she the greatest female lyricist? No, she's not. But she's up there, right? She's probably top 10. That's like Jay-Z. He's not the greatest lyricist, but he's definitely top 10. But then you got to add in all this other stuff. Grammys, sales, charted hits, classics, versatility, impact. He's up near the top on all of those. Longevity. Dante, Dante. I know. And the funny thing is, my mom, God bless the dead, started me to saying that, and then it was like a long time ago. But then when it started coming back into play, with the black community when Nicki started saying it. But my mom started me saying that. Yeah, but Joanne, yes, No Frauds was a dud, right? But people are gonna battle wise is not Nicki's strong point, right? That's not her strong point. Remy is a battle rapper. Nicki Minaj is not. So when you get into a battle with Remy, you gotta remember, you can go on and see Remy battling back in the days on Smack. So Remy is a battle rapper. So that was right up her alley. She's never gonna outsell Nicki Minaj, but when you get into a battle, most of that is insults, right? And she had a lot to use to insult Nicki with. The ghostwriting rumors, the fake ass. So then the thing with her brother, right? So she had a lot, and other than Remy went to jail, there wasn't really a whole lot Nicki could use on her, except you don't sell and you went to jail. That's really the only two things she could use. Mm-hmm. That's the thing with Drake and Pusha T. Pusha T, to me, he's not a better all around artist than Drake. It's not even close. He's not as impactful as Drake. But when you come down to a battle, Drake really has more things to insult you with. Pusha T had more, Drake's thing with the not black enough thing. Then with his parents, he puts his parents out there. People talk about his parents, his son. You know, then they found him in the face paint or whatever. He had a lot for him to talk about. And what could he really say about Pusha? If unless he fucked his wife, which he didn't, okay, you could say, but he had already said that in Duppy. You're not a real drug dealer. You're older than the nigga you run up a Kanye. He really said all those things. You're not the hottest. You're not even the hottest on your label. But Pusha had a lot to come at Drake with. He has enough. He has a lot for ammunition, right? So, but Pusha is nowhere near the rapper Drake is. Nowhere near. But in a battle setting, you know. Right. Now, you have to remember something now. We have to see now what Cardi does on this album. Because the first time around, they dropped around the same time. She dropped Queen. Cardi dropped Invasion of Privacy. Nicki did 185. Cardi did 255. So Cardi got her on that one. But now we're around this second time, and now everybody's going to be using Nicki's last drop, which was PF2. So they're going to say she did 228. Now, is Cardi going to outsell her again, or is this time Nicki going to outsell her? So that's the whole thing. And remember this. Cardi B, right? Cardi B at one point was up 5-1, was up 4-0 and 5-1 on Nicki as far as number one records. Now it's 5-3 because Cardi has not had a number one since Up, right? She hasn't had a number one since Up. But remember, she said 5 number ones, you got 5 number nones. Remember back when she dropped Big Paper? It was 5-1 at that point. But it ain't 5-1 no more. 5-3 is sounds way a lot better than 5-1 or 4-0. And what does that tell you? That tells you that Cardi's latest music is not hitting like her other music. Look at where those other records went. If you go and check back at Cardi's records, all them records was going top 10. That's why she said my records live in the top. All those records was going top 10, but that's not happening anymore. The only records that she's put out in the last, 5 years? The highest they went was 9? Because I think Outside went 10, and I think the song with Glorilla went 9. And then Enough, I think, which I'm not sure. But they've all went to 10 and then just faded off the next week. That's not how she was doing before. Money was staying inside the top 10. Clout, all her other records, Bodak Yellow, WAP, Up stayed in the top 10 like 6 weeks. But she's not doing that no more. The joint with Lizzo debuted at number 7, and then it just faded. Wild Side, which I thought had a chance of going number 1. No, I think the Lizzo record was 4, and it dropped out. And Wild Side, I think, was 7. Dropped out the next week. So, we're going to see. I'm interested in seeing where her fan base is at. They do a lot of talking. They do a lot of talking. But now it's time to put up or shut up. Now they're going to see if I was right when I said I believe Cardi B lost some fan base. You don't know what you're talking about? She's just still as popular as she was? Okay. Prove me wrong. Trust me, I like Cardi B. I want to be wrong. I just don't think I am. Because my eyes, one thing that is not going to precede me is my eyes. I know what I see. I know what I see. Them lives, they got way less people in it now. That means a whole lot of more people, or less people are interested than they were before. Now, that's just common sense. Right? The records she's putting out, they're not going top 5 anymore. They're not staying in the top 10. Remember, she said a record live in the top 10 because back then they were living in the top 10. Right? But it's not that. It's not that no more. And it's not per se Cardi B's fault, but it's the climate we living in. It's different. It's different. And the fact that she waited so long to put this album out, it's going to affect her. It's going to affect her. Now, everybody has the right to tell me, come next Friday, if this album does 300K, you can come and say, see, I knew that bald head nigga didn't know what he was talking about. Hair View was wrong. And I will gladly admit I was wrong. And I'll never make another prediction again. That's how confident I am. I will never make another prediction again if Cardi B sells 300K. Now, and again, I love Cardi B, but I gotta be real. I gotta be real. I can't see it. And I can't see it doing more than invasion of privacy. Now, if I know that's hard, you know, Ariana Grande coming off of her what's it called, an album, coming off that big album, she came back and she did what like 170? You talking about Ariana Grande, and her fan base is bigger than Cardi B's. And Ariana Grande, and it's easier to do those numbers as a pop star than as a hip hop star. And Ariana Grande didn't even do 200K. It's like, damn. Mm-hmm. Right, you got Billie Eilish and people like that that's just barely doing it. You know? The only ones that's going to be doing 300 and stuff like that is like Taylor Swift, Beyonce, Drake. You know what I mean? Those are going to be the people that's going to be doing over 300. Kendrick. And Kendrick wasn't even guaranteed over 300. Because that Mr. Morel and the Big Steppers only did 300K, and they said it flopped. But as far as, before I get out of here, as far as Jay-Z losing the casino, Yeah, a lot of people saying that would have been too much congestion in Broadway, and I'm kind of happy that he didn't get it, only because I don't want Jay to get that casino, and then like crime starts picking up and other things start picking up in New York. Go, taxes or whatever gets raised, and then they start blaming Jay Z. So I'm kind of glad he didn't get it. But other people are glad they didn't get it just because they want to see him fail, and they're tired of Jay Z winning, and that he finally got something that he got denied for. A lot of people are jealous of Jay Z and Beyonce, right? Which I don't get. That just proves the flip floppiness of black people, because 5, 10 years ago, you couldn't talk negative about Beyonce. We used to have an old saying: "America's the home of the free." I mean, the land of freedom of speech, unless you're talking about gays or Beyonce. That was what we were saying. Yes, the freedom of speech, unless you're talking about gays or Beyonce. So 5, 10 years ago, you couldn't even say anything negative about Beyonce. Now it's just the Beyonce hate is crazy. It's crazy, right? Now, Antonio, enough I liked. Enough is the one that said something something bitches ain't one bitch, two bitch, old bitch, new bitch, none of your bitches ain't gonna do shit. That was hard. That was hard. I don't know why that record didn't do better than what it did. That record was hard. I don't care what these people say. That fucking uh Miami, I say enough is enough. What? If you say, let's just say that bitch enough. That shit was hard. That was hard. To me, that's harder than outside. Right. People forget the rap charts. And that's all people in hip hop used to go by. We used to go by the rap charts. And imaginary players, people just looking at, oh, it did number 70. But remember, the Hot 100 charts, that's the pop charts. We used to call that the pop charts back in the 90s. But really? Hello? Not clear. What? I don't understand this, man. I don't understand how it's not clear. I'm looking at the levels. Like, man. So I'm underwater right now. Oh wow.
Don't you forget about me.